So, selamat datang and welcome to the next part where we'll try and do this again, or we'll be playing our mistake, whichever. Let's try and get it started. So, this time what I'm going to do different is I've got frozen fish. I'm not waiting for it to thaw, similar to last time. I'm just going to directly use it from frozen because, as I said, the first mistake I made was that it was too hot and basically the meat sweated out, meaning that it couldn't form. So first, same as last time, I'm going with a small amount of fish this time, about roughly 200 grams. So that means if I go by my measurement, I'm reducing the amount that I was doing the last time. I'm going to go with 6 grams of salt, more or less. Okay, there we go, 6 grams, a bit more, salmon. Hopefully that doesn't go too far. I will go with roughly 1% of baking soda, which is more or less, more or less 3 grams if you include the flour. But yeah, for the purpose of the weight of the fish, I'm just going to go with this. Baking powder. That's more or less, yeah, just a bit more baking powder. Yeah. It's one of those days where this thing doesn't want to open. You get that sometimes. Yeah, okay. Just going a bit more. Yep, there we go. Okay, now for the first part of my little secret, I'm going to be using this. It's called you will see big signs that says food additive. Yes, I'm not proud about it, but hey, desperate times call for desperate measures. Official dosage is 0.5%. I'm going with a bit higher because I'm using meat that is not very great, so I'm going with 1%, which is more in the range of, yes, yeah. So actually I should go 0.5. So 0.5, which is 1.5, which is slightly more than a teaspoon. Yep. Okay, just a bit more, just in case. So basically, the idea is with a bit of binder or meat glue, or this phosphate, which is still a natural additive, but it is an additive. We will be able to bind it better. So, same as last time, let's get started with the blending part. I need to watch my temperature more this time, so this time I'm going to make sure that I keep an eye on the temperature a bit more. But we're going to start low, because as I said, the fish is frozen. We're going to start it. So I'm going to let it brown first. Yep. Try and blend everything up. Give it a bit of medium. Let the meat slowly come back up to temperature. So now we're going to start putting the binding flour. As you can see, yeah, it's chopped up in some parts. That's okay. Some parts it's still hard. That's okay. I'll thaw it out, as you will see. That's okay. This is good. I totally made this mistake because I keep forgetting which season I'm always making it in. Yes, so we'll go with almost 50%, which is almost 100 grams of flour. Okay, yeah, put it on 90, that's fine. Okay, not quite 50%, but yeah, somewhere around there. Let's try and get the concept working first. I have a couple more magic if this still doesn't turn out, but let's see. Let's not give up yet. Back to grinding and mixing up. I'm just going to go by on low. As you can see, it's quickly stabilizing. Oops, sorry. See where we're at. You can see it's still frozen. It's like a big sheet right now, which is great. That means there's a less chance of it breaking down on us. Still too frozen, but this is fine. We can live with it. And put some seasoning in a short while in this. But yeah, got it a bit frozen. I mean, if you like, you can always add water, but when you raise the temperature, I'll melt, so that's okay. Just going to add some pepper onto this, just in case it turns out. Who knows? This is a little surprise. I'm not preparing any of this, so you'll get to see it live, more or less. Well, live if you call that. I still need to combine all the videos together and do some magic, or not. So almost at the halfway point, and I wanted to show you. Look at that, much better now. Of course, I don't know which of my techniques worked better, but one thing for sure, look at that, it's stuck. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've done this before, even with frozen, which I've done as well before. I would say the meat binder has done its job. Of course, you can still be on the fence about using phosphates as an additive, but yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, it's still healthier than whatever you buy, and you're cooking it basically from fish. So I would still be neutral about this, because this allows you at least to use other more healthy fish like pollock, which we are again using. But one last round and let's see. And then comes the test. So now will come the real challenge. So we've taken out the meat, we've taken out the blades. Look at that. It's really good. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's looking really good, but let's not jinx it, yeah? So I'm going to make up things a bit different this time. Normally, I prefer to start from cold water and slowly bring up the temperatures to V style. Today I'm going to try something totally different, but of course if it doesn't work, we can always go back to that. We're going to boil it up straight, and then I'm just going to throw this in. Boil it up, turn off the temperature, and then, oh, look at that. Okay, I must say, holding it like this, even my warm hands, it's still fridge cold, if not ice cold, which is basically the temperature you want it to be, to prevent any kind of issues. Even on the additive on the instructions for the additive, it still advises you to keep temperatures below 70. So what we're going to do is boiling hot water, turn it off, and then immediately throw in the meat. So that's going to be the game plan. At least you can see it's still sticking, so I'm really looking forward. Let's see how it goes. All right, it's almost boiling, so, but yeah, I don't know if I should wait. I basically got a ball waiting, and I'm trying not to melt it. So I'm just going to drop the temperature right now, since it's not boiling anyway. I'm going to drop it, so it'll slowly keep warm. And yeah, there's no way we'll keep boiling like this, so let's just get started and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. If you remember what the previous one looked like, or you can always go back and see. Generally looking good, looking well. It's holding it. Feel like I'm commentating on sports or something. But yeah, don't mind my shapes, they're not perfect, but yeah, with practice over many times you can get it better. But generally for this, we're just going to make it. Let me see if I can scoop up any other meat that's left at the bottom. Yep, generally good. So let's see, going in. Don't mind my shaping skills, I'm not the best at this, but yeah, you can make it, form it a bit more perfect again, like that. You know, you can do a little decorating as you go. I'm more just making to see, I'm just more curious to see what will happen as the final result. But you know, that's me. Okay, so we've got this, got that. I'm just boiling it out now. Look at that. Now, if you remember in the previous contrast, it was already foamy by the time we started. And if you compare it with this, well, it's night and day. I mean, just touching it and just feeling it, you can really feel total difference. So, does the binder work? Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Yes, the binder definitely works. Now, yeah, and we can get into the ethical debate shortly, but like I said before, I mean, you're making it fresh, you're making it yourself, so you can control what you need. But from my perspective, I know the classic Asian argument is to say, use a better fish, use a fresher fish, but people living in Europe and the western parts of the world will understand that fresh fish is normally very expensive. And if you remember the history of Fishballs, this is all about cheap fish. Yeah? And of course, then the question is, why not just go with pangas since it works? But I would like to strike a balance between, as I said, reasonably priced fish and the mix between having to balance out the fishiness with any kind of wine or any kind of additional stuff that you need to counter the fishiness of it. That's why I went with something reasonably priced like Pollock, because it's reasonably priced. More important that, as you can see in the ingredient list, I did not have to add too much other stuff. So somehow to me, that's the compromise you have to make. Of course, with pangas, and I can do another video for pangas, there's no problem. Just let me know, and maybe I will even make one without. But I don't know if I'll use one. So back to our magical ingredient. This is accord powder. I didn't introduce it because I wanted to see if it works, and as you can see, it definitely does. So it does the job. You can get this at not all shops, but yeah, be careful with how much you use. The ingredients at the back. You will see the results in a short while. So see you in a bit. So back to where we were. This has been cooking for about half an hour, or a bit more than half an hour, on a low fire. As you can see, we started off from almost boiling. Well, I didn't get to boiling, but it was fast enough, so I just put it in. And then I let it sit in on a low fire. I just only increased it to medium, but it was basically slowly sous-videing, or very, very slowly coming up the temperature. Try not to get above 70, but since I'm going to want to eat it first, I'm going to boil it and run it out. And by this time, it should be quite safe, I would say. As you can see, the water is super clear. No, it's not super clear. It's a bit murky if you consider the quality of the fish. It's somehow expected. But yeah, I've got a bowl of cold water, so I'm going to easily fast transfer. But as you can see, they're all almost more or less floating around anyway. So I'm just going to get it to a quick boil and then shock it, and then we are ready to test it. So let's just see. I think I'm more impatient than you because it's really looking good. And just to be clear, I mean, this is probably the first time I've done it with binder. I've been trying to get this fish to work for a long time, so this is a personal, a bit of a personal pride in that as well. So let's see. So water is boiling. I'm just going to roll it a bit more. And then I'm going to turn it off because I'm going to take it out. Look at that. Okay, dump it straight into the cold water. This has been sitting in the fridge, so just into the cold water, just to shock it, because you don't want the cooking to last too long. So just going to shock it. What I did want to show is, and I'll just show that shortly in a bit, is my previous experiment result where I used pangas as the fish. So I just want to do an easy comparison. I'm touching it and wow, some of it's feeling almost wow. I couldn't help but touch one of them and it's really feeling good. I'm wondering if maybe I was a bit too conservative because some of it's feeling a bit hard. But it's okay, we can work backwards. I mean, to me, getting it to work was the first major achievement, I think. So that to me is the thing. So I'm just getting rid of excess water because I can't scoop the rest in. But while that's going to soak, I'm going to take some of my old results and easily show you side-by-side comparison. So this is one of my old Pangas fish balls that I had from a previous batch, which I can show next time. I'm putting it back in to heat up, and then while it does that, so it's going to come to a boil. Let's see what happens with that. Let's do a side-by-side. And now just going to get one of these guys out. Oh, it's still hot. Okay, so I'm just going to drain and change the water. Straight cold water out. But as you can see, it's holding its shape. So none of the funny stuff that happened the last time around. So I've got my old niche fish balls just boiling around and letting that sit. Okay, let's do taste test. Of the top of it, well, look at that. I mean, okay. Good. First impressions. This is more like, yeah, I guess the texture that I chose. Maybe with the binder I should reduce the amount of flour, because as you can see, it tasted to me more like a combination of leco. You can see. Yep. Yeah, a bit bounces for sure. But it's a much better texture for sure compared to last previous one at least. I'm gonna put it back in to cook just to see if I missed anything. Yes, if I compare to, for example, this one, which is a very firm one as well, and I'm going to show you, this is Pangas. No problems with the bounce test. Yeah, probably after. Yep, it's firm as well. So you will have to play with the flour ratio, I believe. I think that's a given. And probably reduce the Eckhart mixture. I think I started at maybe too high. Maybe I should have gone with recommendation of 0.3 instead of 0.5, which I started with. So I would go back down, I would say. That was first choice. Whoops. Almost ran away. But yeah, look at it. Yeah, it leaves a bit of, it's not a clean face. But it does bounce for sure. So salt is there. Flour ratio needs tweaking. I will reduce the flour ratio, especially now that I'm using Eckhart. I will probably need to try this out again. I'm guessing bringing it down will not hurt. Tuning down the additive mixture and then the flour will definitely yield much better results. But yes, so that's it. And one last finally to show you the buoyanciness. Yes, we will be looking at this for a while because I'm personally quite happy with this. Yeah, I'll need to tweak the ratio a bit more though, because this is a bit too firm for my liking. But compared to my previous results, this is definitely a much more delicate fish. So I didn't need to treat anything. I didn't even put ginger. I didn't need anything. All I did was pepper, and it's nice, fine. You can eat it like this. You can fry it. You can put it. Yeah, it works. No problems with this. And yeah, it's good to go. What I would say though, is this was my experiments and these are my results. I hope you guys get to try it out yourself and don't get disappointed as I saw with the disastrous results that can happen. This is what happens when you're playing or using not so good fish. So what I will immediately do is I will tweak the next recipe maybe to reduce the flour. I will definitely go down, reduce the binder, reduce the flour by half. I think I went a bit too much, even though I only used 90 grams to 200 grams of fish. I'll probably try and drop that by half again. But let's see. Again, coming up to this texture in this recipe, it's really up to you. There's no easy way to do it. But yeah, you have to figure out and experiment. If enough of you respond and give me a like and subscribe, I will probably do a third part to it and we can try figuring out what are the best ratios that could work. So if you do find this useful and interesting, like, subscribe, definitely comment and let me know and I can revisit this. This has been actually a very good experience for me. It's my first time using this frosted additive, but like I said, in the amounts prescribed, this should be fine. So I would not be, you see the results, it works perfectly. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and like. Remember to do that, please. And selamat makan. And thank you for bearing with me as I continue this journey that I have been working on for the past couple of years. But I'm really happy with some of these results now. Thank you. Jumpa lagi and selamat makan.